Hey, what's up, Solar family? How are you guys doing? Hopefully you guys are having an amazing day. I'm just driving home, getting ready to, enjoy the weekend or whatnot. Hopefully you guys are as well. If you guys are watching me live, say what's up, say hello. If you guys are watching a replay, hashtag replay. If you're watching me on YouTube, make sure you subscribe before you bounce out of here. And a question to you is, do you listen to your doctor? Right? Do you listen to your doctor? And you're probably asking yourself, what's that got to do with solar, James? What's that got to do with solar? And bear with me, I'm going to tie this all thing together, right? I'm going to tie it all together. But the question is, do you listen to your doctor? And for the most part, the answer to that is yes, right? All of us basically listens to our doctor, right? So, for example, like last year I was sick. I had a fever, I had a flu, and for some reason I had a strong, sharp pain on my right rib. Right? It was a stabbing pain. It was hurting so bad. I asked my wife to take me to the ER, and I went to the ER. I was like, Mr. Doctor, it's hurting here. And the doctor said, hey, this is what happened. You have a pulled rib, right? Because I was coughing so much. I literally coughed so much that I pulled the rib muscle, my rib muscle, and it hurt so freaking bad, right? It felt like there was a knife in there stabbing me. But what the doctor told me is, here, take this medication, take this ibuprofen, this other medication, go to CVS, go to your local drugstore and go buy it. And you know what I did? I took the prescription and I did exactly what he told me, right? The reason why I did exactly what he told me is because he's an expert, right? He went to school, he educated himself as far as medicine, and he's a person of authority to prescribe medication. So let me ask you this question. Why aren't you positioning yourself as an expert in the solar industry, right? So why aren't you positioning yourself in the solar industry? Because just like the expert authority as a doctor, you can actually be an expert as a solar consultant, right? It's literally, hold on one second. It's really the same methodology, right? Because people listen to people that they know, like, and trust, right? And if you position yourself as an expert, a person of authority in the solar industry, you know how much more deals you're gonna close, right? This is something that I teach my students all the time, is start a presence on Facebook, start a presence on YouTube, create a website, right? Because at the end of the day, you could use this information to position yourself as an expert. And you're probably asking yourself, yeah, great, James, how do I do that? Great question. So the way you do that is just the simplest thing as inserting a link on the footer of your email, right? Say, for example, if you created videos on YouTube, or if you created videos on Facebook, or you have a personal website, on your email, what you need to do is put a little link there, right? Check me out on YouTube, check me out on Facebook. And your homeowners that you're reaching out to, the guys that you're talking to, the gals that you're talking to, they're gonna eventually click there, right? Because we're just nosy by nature, right? So they're gonna click there and they're gonna say, holy crap, this dude, James, has so many videos, right? So many videos, so many informative videos about solar, and it starts positioning you as an expert, right? And the reason you're doing that is you're trying to build a know, like, and trust factor, right? So again, there's no one that's going to tell you that you are now an expert, right? There's no one's going to tell you that. You just literally have to just take the space and just go with it, right? I know sometimes we feel like, you know what, I'm not smart enough. I don't have the right education. You know what, I didn't go to school for solar. Hey, I just started. There's no excuse, right? You can literally become an expert at anything. And the great thing is, you only need to be one step ahead of the person that you're training, right? One step ahead of the person that you're training. That's the key of it all, right? So, have you guys ever watched the movie Catch Me If You Can by Leonardo DiCaprio? And the premise of the movie is he's basically a con artist, right? So, he conned like the airline industry. Then he actually eventually became a doctor, and he also eventually became a professor, right? He was teaching medicine. He was teaching like his students how to about medicine, how to become a doctor, right? And they finally caught him at the end, and then hopefully this is not spoiler alert for some of you guys that haven't watched it, but they caught him, and eventually they asked him, hey, how the heck, let me back up. They asked him, like, okay, I can see how you conned us as far as being a pilot, how you conned us and these other things. But one thing that they were like wondering was, how the heck were you able to teach at a college on medicine, right? How were you able to become a professor and teach all these students about medicine? And his simple answer was, I just had to be one subject ahead of his students, right? That's the only thing that you have to be, is just one step ahead of your students. And that's all the perception that you need from your homeowner, that you're an expert because you are knowledgeable and you only need a little bit more information than they do, and you become that expert, right? In their mind, you're an expert, right? Because you're just one little step ahead of your homeowner. So that's one thing that I'm going to stress to you guys, is position yourself as an expert, right? Because at the end of the day, there's so many other consultants out there doing the same exact thing that you're doing, right? So how do you separate yourself from everybody else? And you do that by positioning yourself as a solar expert. If you guys are wondering how to do that, reach out to me, schedule a solar strategy call. It's absolutely free, solarstrategycall.com. And I'll show you and I'll break it down how you can position yourself as an expert, right? So schedule that call, solarstrategycall.com. I'm always home. Other than that, if you guys are watching me on Facebook Live, say what's up. If you guys are watching replay, hashtag replay. And if you're watching me on YouTube, make sure you subscribe before you bounce out of here, so you get all my updated videos as it comes out. I'm actually pulling up to my house now. Thank you guys for watching. You guys have an amazing weekend. Peace out. Goodbye for now.